Hello and welcome to Fast and Factual on Firstpost, where we bring you the top 50 stories from around the world. I'm Alison Lagrange, coming to you live from Durban, South Africa. Let's begin. In our top stories, Israel's military released footage of its troops operating in Gaza. Israeli army confirms ongoing operations, including in Khan Yunis. Now, the ground operation comes even as US, Qatar and Egypt push to end the 10-month Israel-Hamas war. The White House says an Iranian offensive on Israel could come this week. Washington has heightened its military presence in West Asia in light of the situation. This follows allegations by Iran and Hamas that Israel assassinated Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran last month. Iran has vowed to avenge his death no matter what. The US has warned Iran against sending ballistic missiles to Russia, threatening a severe response. The US is monitoring reports of Iran's plans to supply Russia with missiles. The US officials view this potential transfer as a significant escalation in Iran's support for Russia's war in Ukraine. Russia has been seeking military aid from sanctioned countries like Iran and North Korea to support its war efforts in Ukraine. The credit ratings agency Fitch has downgraded Israel's rating from an A+ to A, and Fitch cited increased geopolitical risks as the war in Gaza continues. The agency expects Israel to permanently boost military spending by nearly 1.5% of its GDP to strengthen border defenses. Fitch warned that the Gaza war could extend into 2025 and possibly expand to other fronts. And Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer has urged Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian to not attack Israel. Starmer stressed that war benefits no one. The phone call was part of Starmer's efforts to reduce tensions in West Asia. Starmer also spoke with US President Joe Biden and their European allies before contacting Pezeshkian. Now, the British Prime Minister urged all parties to de-escalate to prevent the Gaza war from spilling over. A man attacked an 11-year-old girl and her mother with a knife in London's Leicester Square on Monday. The girl's injuries are reportedly serious, but not life-threatening. Her mother's injuries are said to be less severe. The 32-year-old suspect is in custody. He is not believed to have known the victims. There is no indication of a terrorism link. American billionaire Elon Musk conducted an interview with former US President Donald Trump on the social media platform X. The conversation was initially delayed by over 40 minutes. Musk blamed a massive cyber attack for the disruption. During the interview, Trump recounted surviving the recent attempt on his life. The former US president also spoke about issues like illegal immigration. The FBI is investigating claims that hackers linked to the Iranian government targeted the Trump campaign. A Trump campaign spokesman claimed that documents were stolen by, and I quote, foreign sources hostile to the US. Iranian officials have denied any involvement, and the US government has not officially blamed Iran for the hack. Ukraine's forces are continuing their offensive in Russia's Kursk region. They claim to control 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory. This is Ukraine's largest cross-border operation since the war began 2.5 years ago. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that the war Russia started is now returning to Russian soil. Russian President Vladimir Putin called the Ukrainian offensive a major provocation. He ordered Russian forces to expel the Ukrainian troops from Russian territory. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas arrived in Moscow for an official visit on Monday. Abbas was welcomed at the airport by Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Mikhail Bogdanov. He met Russian President Vladimir Putin, and their talks will focus on West Asia, particularly the escalating Israel-Hamas conflict and the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Vinay Mahan began his role as the Indian ambassador to the US on Monday. Quatra announced his appointment on X, outlining his commitment to strengthen the US-India relations. He replaces Taranjit Singh Sandhu as ambassador. Quatra previously served as India's foreign secretary and was the Minister of Commerce at the Indian Embassy in his last role. In India, doctors are continuing their protests over the rape and murder of a Kolkata doctor, vowing not to return to work until justice is served. The 31-year-old junior doctor was found dead in the seminar hall at a state-run hospital in Kolkata last week. An autopsy revealed that she was strangled and sustained deep wounds in her private parts. The Calcutta High Court has ordered the Central Bureau of Investigation to look into the case. And on to climate news. Over 47,000 people died in Europe due to scorching temperatures in 2023. This was according to a report by the Barcelona Institute for Global Health. The data was derived after sourcing death and temperature records from at least 35 European countries. Greece, Bulgaria, Italy, and Spain had the highest heat-related mortality rates. The United Kingdom witnessed its hottest day of 2024 on Monday. The temperatures reached 34 degrees Celsius in several parts of the country. Southern Europe has been grappling with extreme heat waves, with wildfires in Greece, Spain, and the Balkans adding to the high temperatures. The French capital of Paris has been reeling under extreme heat wave. Temperatures in Paris have reached as high as 40 degrees Celsius. Extreme heat alerts were also issued in several parts of France on Monday. An intense heat wave named Sharon hit Italy's Rome and Venice on Monday. In southern Italy, temperatures are expected to cross 40 degrees Celsius. An extreme heat wave alert is currently active in at least 17 cities of Italy. And Greece's worst wildfire of this year has spread to the suburbs of Athens. Hundreds of people have been evacuated from their houses amid a raging wildfire. Over 700 firefighters are trying to control the blaze that broke out on Sunday. France, Italy, and the Czech Republic are expected to assist Greece with aircraft and firefighters. Tropical storm Ernesto formed about 300 miles east of Antigua on Monday, becoming the fifth named storm of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. Ernesto is not expected to threaten the mainland United States. However, storm warnings are in effect for Puerto Rico, Guadeloupe, St. Martin, St. Bartholomew, and the British and US Virgin Islands. Intense rain battered the Kufra region of Libya. Libya's southeastern region witnessed widespread flooding due to the incessant downpour. People were also evacuated from a hospital in Kufra after rainwater flooded its wards and corridors. And authorities have predicted severe rainfall in the Indian state of Himachal Pradesh for the next 5 days. In the month of August, Himachal Pradesh received 21% more rainfall than normal, and this comes days after over 20 people lost their lives due to a cloudburst in the state. On to business and tech news now. Sales of electric and hybrid cars rose by 21% in July this year. This is according to a new report by a British market research firm, Romotion. Now, the global EV makers sold 1.35 million cars last month. The sales were driven by strong growth in the Chinese market. About 880,000 EV and hybrid cars were sold in China, which is about 31% higher compared to the same period last year. Meanwhile, EV demand in the European Union declined in July. America's General Motors has reportedly been laying off staff in China. The layoffs have been confined to the Research and Development Department. Reports say the move is part of a larger overhaul that GM is planning in the country. The car maker is expected to soon inform its Chinese partner SAIC regarding the plan. An American oil giant, ExxonMobil, is laying off 59 employees in the state of Texas. This comes amid the firm's merger with Pioneer Natural Resources. The job cuts will affect workers at Pioneer's facilities in Irving, Midland, and Concho Valley. Exxon says it is retaining about 1,500 Pioneer employees as a part of the merger. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a lawsuit against cryptocurrency company Novatech. The lawsuit claims that Novatech illegally raised over $650 million from investors globally. The firm allegedly promised investors that they would earn profits from day one. The U.S. market regulator says the co-founders siphoned off millions of dollars for themselves, and Novatech closed down in May of 2023. American airline JetBlue Airways has been downgraded by rating agencies S&P and Moody's. The agencies raised concerns about the airline's financial condition. This comes after JetBlue Airways announced plans to raise over $3 billion in debt. A major chunk of this debt will be secured through the firm's loyalty program, TrueBlue. The rest will come from refinancing old debt. India's Bharti Enterprises has agreed to buy a 24.5% stake in British telecom firm BT Group. The deal is expected to be worth around $4 billion. Bharti is acquiring these shares from broadband firm Altus, and the acquisition will make Bharti one of the largest stakeholders in the BT Group. Indian baby products retailer FirstCry debuted on the stock market today. The firm's share prices rose by as much as 40% in early trade. FirstCry is India's first pure-play baby products retailer to list its shares on the stock market. The firm received bids worth over $3.3 billion during its initial public offering. An Austrian advocacy group, NOYB, has filed a complaint against Elon Musk's social media platform X. The group accuses X of using users' personal data without consent to train its artificial intelligence model. The complaint has been filed with 9 European Union authorities. And Polish billionaire Rafał Brzoska plans to file a lawsuit against Meta. Now, Brzoska is suing the social media giant over a fake advertisement on Facebook and Instagram featuring him and his wife. The billionaire says that he has reported the issue to the company in July, but claims that the ad continued to appear on the platforms. Meanwhile, Meta has expanded its licensing agreement with America's Universal Music Group. The companies say the deal aims to create more opportunities for artists and songwriters. Universal Music says the deal will ensure that its artists are fairly compensated for their content. The music label first partnered with Meta back in 2017. And moving on to sports, and we start with cricket. England is monitoring Chris Woakes' fitness after he withdrew from the 100-ball tournament due to injury. Woakes suffered a suspected hamstring injury while playing in the tournament. This is a massive blow to England as their star all-rounder Ben Stokes is also injured. Both players' availability for the Sri Lanka series is now in doubt. And Johnny Greve will step down as CEO of Cricket West Indies at the end of October 2024. Greve has held the position since February of 2017. During his tenure, West Indies hosted several major tournaments, including the 2018 Women's T20 World Cup and the 2024 Men's T20 World Cup. Greve stated that it was the right time for him to seek new challenges after delivering successful tournaments. Pat Cummins will play domestic cricket before the Test series against India later this year. He may participate in the Sheffield To prepare for the India series starting in late November, Cummins, Australia's Test captain, recently played in Major League Cricket in the USA. He has been rested from Australia's upcoming white ball tour of Scotland and England. In football, Manchester City's hearing on 115 alleged breaches of Premier League financial rules has been moved to mid to late September. The independent commission was initially set to start in November but will now begin earlier. The hearing is expected to last 10 weeks, with a verdict likely in early 2025. Man City has denied any wrongdoing. And Manchester City sold Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid for $104 million, their record sale. Now, Alvarez, who scored 36 goals in 103 games for City, is now Atletico's second most expensive signing. He netted 19 goals in City's recent Premier League winning season under Pep Guardiola. And Australia's Alexei Popyrin won the ATP Montreal Masters title, defeating Andrei Rublev 6-2, 6-4. This is Popyrin's third career title, following his victories at the 2021 Singapore Open and the 2023 Croatia Open. The match lasted just under 90 minutes. Popyrin will rise to a career-high 23rd in the world rankings. And Team Serbia was celebrated at Belgrade City Hall after returning from the Paris 2024 Olympics. Serbia won 5 medals, with Novak Djokovic securing gold in the men's singles tennis. Serbia also claimed gold in the men's water polo and mixed 10-meter air pistol team shooting. They earned a silver medal in the women's taekwondo. Cuban athletes had landed in Havana celebrating 9 medals from the Paris Olympics, including 2 golds. The wrestling legend Miguel Lopez grabbed his 5th straight gold, leading the charge, and the president Miguel Diaz-Canel had greeted the victorious team at Jose Marti Airport. Lopez stole the show, waving the Cuban flag from the cockpit window as the team touched down. And Indian wrestler Vinesh Phogat's appeal against her Olympic disqualification will be decided by the Court of Arbitration for Sport, or the CAS, today. She missed the weight cut by 100 grams. Vinesh had reached the women's 50-kilogram freestyle final. She beat Cuba's Yasneslis Guzman in the finals, and Vinesh was disqualified before the gold medal match for being slightly over the weight limit. And shuttler Pramod Bhagat will miss the Paris Paralympics 2024 due to a breach of anti-doping regulations. Bhagat has committed 3 whereabout failures within 12 months. He has been banned for 18 months. The ruling was made by the Anti-Doping Division of the Court of Arbitration for Sport in March. Bhagat's suspension bars him from participating in the upcoming Paralympics. In entertainment news, the 2024 MTV Video Music Awards have been postponed by 1 day. This change was made due to a scheduling conflict with the US presidential debate on the 10th of September. The award show will now be aired on the 11th of September. The 2024 MVA's nominations include artists like Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, and Eminem. Swift tops the VMA nominations list with her album Fortnights. The family of the late American singer Isaac Hayes has threatened to sue Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. This is over the use of Hayes' song Hold On, I'm Coming in his rallies. Trump's campaign has been asked to stop using the song by the 16th of August or to face a lawsuit. Now, Isaac Hayes' family is also demanding around $3 million for the repeated use of the song. And Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck seem to have gotten back together. Reports say Lopez visited Affleck at his Los Angeles home over the weekend. She was seen accompanying Ben Affleck's son Samuel to a mall. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck tied the knot last year. However, soon rumors about their separation surfaced. And Netflix has officially commissioned an animated series based on the Ghostbusters franchise. The series will join the long list of movies to the 1984 franchise. It will be written and produced by Elliot Callan, and the production will be managed by Sony Pictures Animation. Rachel Lillis, the voice actor known for the 1998 Pokemon series, has died at the age of 46. She was diagnosed with breast cancer in May. Lillis voiced characters such as Misty, Jessie, and Jigglypuff. Lillis was a trained opera singer. She became a voice actor in the 1990s and lent her voice to many TV shows, films, and games. BTS singer V will soon join his bandmates on the travel show Are You Sure? The show, featuring Jungkook and Jimin, premiered recently on Disney+. It follows the two BTS members ahead of their military enlistment. In the first episodes, they were seen traveling in the US. BTS has released a preview for the upcoming episodes featuring V. And 8 new actors are added in the 3rd season of The Gilded Age. Some of the prominent faces include Bill Camp, Merritt Weaver, and Leslie Uggam. And all the new actors will appear alongside the old cast that includes Carrie Coon, Morgan Spector, and several others. Actor Grant Ellis is set to lead 29th season of The Bachelor. He left season 21 of The Bachelorette on Monday. The new season of The Bachelors will go on air from next year. A new biopic on the late chef Anthony Bourdain is in the works. Actor Dominic Sessa is in talks to portray the role of the celebrity chef. Production company Star Thrower Entertainment is working on the biopic titled Tony. And renowned actor Mark Wahlberg attended the premiere of his new movie, The Union, with his family. Mark was seen along with his wife, Rhea Durham, and 3 children in Los Angeles. The movie is set to be released on the 16th of August. The Union also stars Halle Berry opposite Wahlberg. And that's all on this episode of Fast and Factual. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to Firstpost.
Oh, straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both.